they get the job done really well. I can immediately tell the difference. Headed out to Lowe's to pick up some stuff for the acoustic absorption panels and bass traps. Aren't we, Archie? Gonna try to get all of these supplies. Hopefully they can help me cut it there, because I don't have good cutting equipment, but we'll see what they say.
You shine like metal. I know your heart is open. I can trust you because your heart is open.
So in this video, I want to show you guys how to make easy, quick bass traps that can be relatively affordable, look decent, most importantly, be effective and functional in reducing bass resonance and really giving you a clean, tight low end in your mix. I finally now have a filming setup with this new light that I've built, and I'll share that probably in a future video. But today I want to talk about bass traps, because that's the first thing that I did with this room, was built a couple bass traps in the corners. And realistically, I should probably add bass traps in all of these corners, whether it's the ceiling to the wall or the wall meeting the wall, because especially in a room that's a little bit smaller like this, there's a lot of resonating bass frequencies that can add up and distort your perception of what the music should actually sound like. So I've built a couple 48-inch tall bass traps that are triangular, that fit into the corners. And so they have a depth of about maybe 15 to 20 inches, so that can really cut out these bass frequencies. I used rock wool, safe and sound insulation. This is really good specifically for acoustic treatment. And yeah, now let me take you back to the previous couple days to show you how I made these. So we got the insulation, and this is the Rockwool brand, the Safe and Sound, which is really good for acoustic absorption. 59.7 square foot coverage, the 12 pieces. They're 3 inches thick, 15 1/4 inch width, 47 inch long. We have the fabric to go around, and this is some cotton. I have the 2x1 inch pieces of wood to be the triangular frame parts. The 1x1 inch pieces, which will be the height dimension beams. Got a clamp and some gloves to work with. The saw, the nails and hammer, my wood glue, sandpaper, finish and brush, staple gun and staples. Now make sure you also wear a mask and gloves as you cut rock wool, as it's irritating on the skin and not good to inhale the fibers. All right, so we will start now with the cutting of the triangular pieces. In order to make the bass traps, I'm going to first start by making a frame. So what I plan on doing is making this with 2x1 boards in the length of 16 by 16 by 18 1/4. And these will be cut at a 45-degree angle. So the 16-inch piece will look something like this. So 16, 16, 16 by 18 1/4. I will glue all of these pieces together in this triangle. Then I will take the 1x1 boards and cut 48-inch lengths of this, 3 of those. 3. And then attach this to the frame. Now these can be whatever size works for you, so however tall you want to make your bass trap. And remember, you can always put these on top of each other and stack them, so you can just do some size that works for you. So now after I've made this skeleton frame, I will cut out some plywood boards that are 16 by 16 by 18 1/4, and these boards will then go onto each one of the top and bottom. And what you can start to do is cut out the pieces of insulation, and you're going to want to cut 16-inch by 16-inch and then by a 22-inch chunk of the insulation. The pieces I have are 3 inches thick. I'll need 16 of these stacked on top of each other inside the frame to equal the 48 inches. and then do the fabric and then the capping board afterwards. With all modern music today, you know, whether it's pop, hip hop, anything, you really need to understand the low frequencies, what's going on down there. And if you're using large monitors or subwoofer, anything like this, and especially if your room is smaller, you're going to get a lot of buildup and elongated bass frequencies if you don't build bass traps. Yeah, so there is the mounted bass trap, and I have it hanging about 2 feet off of the ground. It's definitely still need to do some cable management here, but you know, one thing I'll say is definitely in terms of how neat these look, it really matters how much time you spend on stapling the fabric. I'm gonna spend a little bit of time getting these straightened out, and I might even replace the fabric with something different. So yeah, that's how I made my bass traps. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, watching me through the process of building them. It's been a lot of fun. Kind of, you know, myself, I'm not really that expert in terms of constructing things. I do have a mechanical engineering degree, but in terms of hands-on construction, I'm not the most talented. And you could probably tell from how these things turned out, they get the job done really well. I can immediately tell the difference. It's hard for me to convey it to you guys, but there's a humongous difference. It's a lot more tighter mix that I'm hearing when I'm listening to my monitors now. With that, I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.